Well, folks, here it is. Opening day of the New York State gun season. I'm up early. It is about, I don't know, quarter to five. I like to get in my tree stand early. I like other people to push me deer. I like to be able to sit down, get settled, be up there in the dark for close to an hour. I'm a little bit crazy like that. So I'm up here early in Franklinville, having my Red Bull, just chilling a little bit, getting dressed slow. Uh, Gonna hunt the valley this morning. Been seeing the most deer in the valley. I don't want to go up there to that hawk set. I got up in there a couple of days ago because I was messing with that blind and couldn't see as far as I really like to see in that stand. There's still a lot of green. Haven't had a lot of cold weather down here, and it hasn't killed a lot of that brush up there. And I think I got my best shot out of the stand I got in the valley. I can see the farthest. I got the most shooting, and the deer have been down there. So that's primarily why I'm gonna head to that stand. You know, honestly, what I'm doing this morning, I got that buck late in bow season in Medina. I'm gonna shoot a doe. I I don't have a lot of venison this year. Uh, if a doe comes by, she's going down. I'm not gonna shoot a little doe, but good sized doe comes by, I'm popping her. Um, yeah, I would love a big buck, but I'm a meat hunter first, and that's my objective this morning is to just kill a deer. I've struggled this bow season. I didn't have time early on. I have my kids half the time now. Um, and they're young, so I haven't been able to. I've taken them out a couple of times. Don't get me wrong. You've seen the videos. It's just, they come first, and this deer season was a little bit different. It was an adjustment for me for um, going through this divorce or whatever, and uh, I don't have the amount of time as I used to have to hunt, but that's okay. It'll come. So this year is a little bit of an adjustment. I want to make sure I get that meat in the freezer, so I'm gonna be doe first this year. I ain't worried about the big buck as much. Now that I have a buck, though, I'm gonna be choosy about what I shoot. I'm not gonna shoot no puppy dog. Not that that one was a puppy dog, but you know what I mean. I'm gonna be looking for a wall hanger kind of deal for at least the first 3 quarters of gun season here. So I'm gonna be choosy as far as the bucks go. But yeah, that's the plan. I'm down here in Franklinville. We'll turn you on as soon as the action starts.
This buck showed up out of nowhere. It was the type of morning where the leaves were wet and the deer could get right on top of you really quickly without being heard or seen. Everything was brown in the woods. So he got right on top of me quickly and hung out with me for 20 minutes. I'm going to have to speed this up because this would take up a lot of time on the video. But something cool I did was I put the hock out. I usually cut the hocks off my bucks after I shoot them on their lower legs. And I set it up as a cover scent around where I'm hunting. And it's funny how this deer just walks right up to the hawk and keeps smelling it and is trying to figure out what it is. Anyone that uses that as a strategy, it definitely works as a cover scent. He kind of knew I was in the area, but he was really smelling that other buck and wanted to figure out where he was. So it was kind of cool to see this work.
Well, folks, I rewatched the video, and it looks like maybe might have been a tree in the way. You might not have seen the doe go down, but she dropped right on the spot. It's a good shot. I had the gun on my arm. Couldn't really get a good shoulder, get it really shouldered well, and she just presented herself with a perfect broadside shot, and I was like, I gotta take the shot. When you got it, you gotta take it. So kind of blasted my arm a little bit, but it'll be fine. Yeah, I had that buck come here this morning, probably 10 yards. I have one of the hawks from the buck I shot at the end of bow season there, hanging in that tree, and he smelled that, and he just kept walking back to it and walking back to it, and that was cool. That thing worked real good. I don't do that to attract deer. I do that just to cover my scent, and it worked awesome. I knew he had me winded because he's only, I don't know, 10 yards, 8 yards, inside 10 yards. So that was cool to watch for a while. And then that other buck came down this hill up here in front of me. He walked right down this hill, straight down here into the bottom. Came down in the bottom, went up this hill this way, and he was up in that. He was up in this brush up here, and I'm trying to film him up in here, and that doe came out with the fawn right down here behind me, across this trail right there, and I caught him out of the corner of my eye while I'm filming, and they never had an idea in the world that I was here. And they kind of strolled up here. I'm wondering if I got him on that trail camera I got over there. They strolled up that hill and got right up there, and she finally walked out where I could get a shot at her, and I blasted her. Like I said this morning, you know, I wanted to get a doe today. That was my big mission. I know I'm gonna hear, oh, it's the best time of the year to get a big buck, and yeah, I know, but I don't have a lot of venison in my freezer, and I got that buck, and that's it, and I like my venison, so I told myself, big doe comes by, she's going down, and I passed these two little bucks. As soon as I saw how big she was, I was like, yep, it's over, she's gonna die. I'm a meat hunter first, and I don't know, like, part of the reason why I was willing to shoot a doe down here is because the bucks just don't stay on this property. They cross, they're in here on occasion. The trail cameras kind of tell the story. I get a big buck every now and again on camera, but they're not consistently here, mainly because of the food. Food isn't here. The good thing is when things, do get cold and the snow hits the ground, they do hit the pastures, so I usually hunt a little bit closer to the pastures later in the season, but right now they're just not in here. So based on what I was seeing on camera, I decided big doe comes by, it's over. Well, you really can't ask for a better scenario than this, guys. This is a four-wheeler trail right here. There's where she died. Boom, boom, boom. It'll be an easy job to load her up onto here and get her right out. But this is what we got. Nice, big, mature doe. Look at the size of this doe. I will take a doe like that any day of the week. That is a big deer. That is going to be some good eating. Looks like I hit her just about perfect. Maybe a little closer to shoulder than I would have liked, but what are you going to do? I was kind of freehand shooting there, wrapped up in the camera arm. My tree stand is right there. So it's probably about a 60-yard shot. And she dropped right where I hit it, or right where I dropped right where she was standing. Didn't go nowhere.
Well, folks, that's my opening morning doe right there. Moose Piss Outdoors 2024, getting her done. Nice big mature doe. Oh, hit her a little high in the front shoulder, but she her heart was blowed up, so she didn't go nowhere. Those are always nice track jobs. 60 yards from the stand. Nice big mature doe. Whew. This one's gonna be my sausage deer. Sausage and snack sticks. Yeah, that was pretty nice how they came up this hill. And I want to see if I got them on that trail camera right down below me. I came up this hill and they never saw me. That wind was perfect. The situation was perfect. I had another deer up the hill here. That big spike buck. When you see him coming through the woods, you know it. He's got a really white rack. I saw his rack first. I don't know if you're gonna see this on film, but the first thing I saw him when he was coming down that hill in that alleyway over there, I saw his rack, the white through the woods. I was like, oh God, I gotta get my gun. As soon as I got the scope on him, I was like, nope, that's just a spiker. But he's got some big spikes on him. He's got some good genetics. But this one here, it's a nice big doe, big mature animal. I'm gonna shoot one of these every time I see one. Well, as long as I got a tag, but I got a bunch of them down here, so happy to put a tag on this animal. Gonna get him to the processor, get her to the processor, and I'm gonna be out hunting this evening. Really gonna wait on a big buck now. I got my meat. This is what I wanted. I wanted to get my sausage deer, my snack sticks, a few more steaks, and now I'm hunting for a big buck, and that's it. Let's go. Moose Piss Outdoors 2024.